Everything you're about to hear is just my assessment. It's my opinion, and not to be taken as fact.
Why you scream Holy Ghost but your pulpit stay demonic? Why your hands raised in church but your motives ain't honest? Why the suits cost a fortune but the single mom's struggling? Why your jets fueled up while the poor stay juggling? Why you preach about sowing when you barely give back? Why you call it kingdom when it's really just a trap? Why valor turned to vanity, truth turned into gimmicks? Why them students in your college end up broken or finished? Why you flexing like a general but can't shepherd his sheep? Why your staff move in fear like your wrath run deep? Why you shout about revival but ignore all the cries? Why abusers in your church get protected by lies? Why rod? Why you build a kingdom on a lie rod? Why you call it gospel just to ride fraud? Why the sheep hurting while you high rod? Why ride? Why you moving power like a tyrant? Why your own daughter walking pride and defiance? Why you rebuke truth but bless the silence? Why you name drop Lester like a false prophet's relic? Why you preach with rage but your altar feel hellish? Why the tithes pay for cars, homes, and gold bracelets? But when abuse breaks out, y'all don't even face it. Why the worship team scared? Why the members feel trapped? Why the words manipulated just to orchestrate cash? Why the gospel gateway still ain't finished after years? Why that monument feel more like a shrine to your peers? Why the praise team gotta dress like Fashion Week idols? Why your sermons feel rehearsed like recycled Bibles? Why you front like you weeping when you really just acting? Why you call it fire when it's all just theatrics? Why ride? Why you build a kingdom on a lie rod? Why you call it gospel just to ride fraud? Why the sheep hurting while you hide rod? Why your legacy feel fake when it's tested? Why the spirit grieved every time you flex it? Why your platform grow but your soul neglected? Why so many former staff say your wrath is abusive? Why you gaslight victims and call them reclusive? Why you silence whistleblowers hide behind fame? Why your daughter preaches nonsense in your name? Why Ellen's boy became a puppet in suits? Why your roots so crooked but you rebrand as truth? Why the TV shows edited like Hollywood scripts? Why you quote old revivals but the spirit done dipped? Why your smile fake when the cameras roll in? Why so many souls bled? Why your empire wins? Why your breakthrough brand never break through chains? Why you profit off pain yet deflect all blame? Why you still preaching?
Primitive breed.